Hi, good morning. Figured I'd sign on a little early to make sure that everything works and that people can hear me. I am hoping that it'll notify me when people comment and people log on, just so that I know when to start engaging versus when to mumble. Yay, it looks like we've got somebody. Oh, and another person. This is so exciting. This is my first time going live. So this is very exciting for me. Little bit nerve-wracking. Those of you who know me know that public speaking is not my favorite thing in the world. Hi, Jan. Yeah. So I'm outside this morning, sort of. I'm cheating a little bit. I'm in the greenhouse. So it's warm enough for me to be out here. Am I loud enough? Morning, Rusty. Morning, Ken. So in the greenhouse we have some things started. We have something over there. I think those are beets and radishes. And then peas in the middle here. And then what you can't see is behind you is all the started seeds that are starting to germinate. And it's so beautiful outside. I can hear the birds and the dog is playing right there. Just such a blessing to be able to be outside during this time where we're stuck inside a lot. The rain definitely does not help with all the feelings that we have, or at least that I have and my kids have. So we're gonna wait a couple more minutes before we officially start, but I am going to tell you two stories. One is about little Jethro, who wakes up at 2 o'clock at night because he's hungry, growing boy or something. Last night, one of his big sisters got tired of listening to him whining. I hadn't woken up and heard him yet. So one of his sisters took him out of his bed, his crib. So 2 o'clock this morning, morning Sandy, 2 o'clock this morning, I woke out because there's a light on in the living room and I see Jethro's face light up and he squeals and runs to me, so happy to see me at 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm pretty sure I just looked at him like this, like, what are you? Who are you? Why are you awake? And so from 2 this morning till 4:30 this morning, Jethro and I hung out and had snacks. And then I lay in bed wondering whether or not he got out of his crib himself, because that would change things. But this morning I came to the answer that one of his sisters had taken him out. So gotta love life with kids, especially young kids. The other story I wanted to tell kind of relates to this morning. Let's see if we're on time. We're right on time. So yesterday, Sophia came to me and she was like, I posted on the Facebook group about this. She came to me and she was like, yeah, are we going to miss Easter? When's Easter? And I said, well, you know, Easter's next week, so we probably will miss it. And she seemed okay, so I just kept on going with my day. And about 10 minutes later, she came to me. And obviously she had been thinking about this for 10 minutes at least. And she came to me and she said, Mom, is Easter really going to be missed this year? And she just started crying. And she said to me, I know I shouldn't feel this way, but I'm so, so sad. And this is the first real emotion she's had about this whole quarantine thing. Up until this point, it's been boredom, hungry because they're bored, more boredom, but no big sad feelings. And it really broke my heart. And so we spoke about it, and she said, you know, even though my birthday was really great, we did a spa day, we had good breakfast and a nice dinner. Even though my birthday was great, I still feel sad that I kind of missed my birthday. And I looked at her and I realized that, like sometimes I forget, and many of us I think forget, she did not realize that she can be both sad about missing her birthday and appreciate the birthday that she did get. And I think in this time, we are all in this space where we are both happy for some things, maybe our health, maybe our job, but also sad about some things. And it's just been really interesting for me to sit with Sophia's feelings and then, hi Christy, thinking about her feelings and then realizing that actually I have not really given myself space to process my feelings. At the farm, we're still pretty busy. Things have not slowed down for us like it has for some people. I know other people are also really busy, and I think maybe you can relate to this. There hasn't been space for me to just sit in the stillness and wonder, what am I actually thinking? So preparing for today, I was thinking about what to share about, and since this started, every time I pray, I get the same word from God. He says, I am here, and I want you to know it. I want you to feel it. And as I was pondering this, I was like, well, what does that mean? What does it mean for God to be here? Like, how do you feel that? How do you experience that? More so, how do you share that with your neighbor who might not have a relationship or a deep relationship with Christ? What does it feel like to know that God is near in those really sad, scary, uncertain moments? And what is it like to know that God is near in those beautiful, happy, provided for moments? And I was just thinking about how we're made in the image of God. This is one of my favorite facts. I love the fact that we are made in the image of God because it kind of gives us a clue. We can take it both ways and learn about ourselves and learn about God. And so in thinking about that, God's a communal God. He's triune, he's three, he's always with himself, with his, you know what I mean, I'm not gonna get into that. And in this time where we are not able to be with people and we're only able to engage on technology, there's something missing, right? Like, it's great. We get to learn so many interesting facts about where you first worked and what's your least favorite color and your favorite kind of pie. But there's a connection piece that is so missing. And I think we're mostly all feeling it. I'm an introvert. I was really surprised when I realized that I felt sad that I wasn't seeing people. But I am, because even the short moments in grocery stores where I see someone I know and I can engage with them, or at church on a Sunday morning, wherever, that connection's not there with just the internet. So I thought that was interesting because we're made in God's image, and if that's what I think we're lacking most, I think a lot of us are feeling that. Some of us are feeling financial stress. Some of us are feeling anxiety because we don't know what's going to happen. We're having a whole range of feelings, but I think one of the feelings that's across the board is this feeling of disconnection. And in Psalms, it says that God is near to all who cry out to him. And it's not like, oh, when you're really in a bad spot and you call out, God will come and rescue you. No, it's every time you turn your face to him, you turn your heart towards him, he's there. He's near. And I was thinking about this too. Like, if I woke up in the morning and said, sorry, if I woke up in the morning and said, good morning, Bing, I'm going to give you 5 minutes of quiet time. And then I'm going to go about my day. And I spent the rest of the day near to him, but not engaging with him. What would that do to our relationship? And if God is always near, and we give him a couple of minutes in the morning, or a couple of minutes in the middle of the day, or little chunks, we give him little chunks of our day, especially at a time like this, that's going to, I think, make us feel even more disconnected. But he's always here, so we can turn to him and say, oh my goodness, I succeeded at baking this cake that was really hard and I didn't think I would do it. And he wants to celebrate that. He wants to celebrate the moments that we see our kids and engage with our kids. He wants to be in the happy moments. And in the moments where we feel like we can't breathe because we're so anxious, he wants to be there too. Our big feelings don't make him uncomfortable. They don't make him scared. He likes to be in those moments with us. He created us to feel those things so that we would draw near to him and spend time in his presence. And how wonderful it is that we don't need technology to connect with God, but that he's here. In 2 Corinthians, I think it's 1 verse 3, but I might be wrong, so don't quote me on that. Paul writes and he says something along the lines of, God comforts you so you can comfort others. And Paul had a pretty tumultuous, stressful life. He also had really awesome moments. What did he know about God's comfort and God's nearness that he could relate it so directly across? How did God comfort him that he would be able to just comfort somebody else? And I don't know what that looks like for you. I'm not even sure I know what it looks like for me. But I think it's a beautiful space to invite God in and say, hey, would you show me? Would you show me the moments when you are here? Would you show me the moments when I can show other people that you are here? That you are listening? That you care? Because I think sometimes we miss it. I think sometimes we don't even realize that he is pouring into us. I think that this is a hard time, and this is a really beautiful time. And that our feelings are going to change moment by moment, day by day, but that God is here through all of them. So I'm going to pray us out, and then we can live this day, just this day, and then maybe again the next day, just turning our face towards God continually. Yeah. God, thank you that you are here. And thank you, God, that you know us so personally, that you know how to be near for each one of us. Even when we struggle to know how to be near to each other, even when our personal relationships at home might be stressful because of the nearness, God, thank you that that's not in your nature. That you don't get defensive or critical, that you don't stonewall us, but God, that your relationship with us is perfect, and we can rest in that. Help us to see you in the moments that you are making yourself known. Help us to feel your comfort and your joy. And help us to speak boldly to the people in our lives who might not know what that feels like. Help us to walk alongside people virtually as they're processing their emotions, because we have you as our hope and our comfort in this time. God, I pray that we all have a good, productive day today that is blessed with your presence, and that you'd meet us each where we are. In Jesus' name. All right, guys. It was so nice to chat with you virtually over here, one-sided-ish. But I like reading your comments. And just have a really good day. It's going to be cold but sunny, so try to get outside if you can. Love you guys.